Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to attempt to do this again today. And hopefully not... You know what? Let me just fucking do this right now. I've been sitting about this for a while now. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get out of here real quick so you guys don't see this scene. You guys don't see my Steam as I'm about to go ahead and upgrade this thing. Hold on, stand on by, kids. Don't worry, we're still here. I am just currently working on getting this DLC real quick. Yes, okay, I know view page. Oh no, it's mature. Alright, cool. Done. Done and done. So we can't do this Bruma quest, I think. I think I either have to have enough affinity with her, or I need to talk to the dude that's in jail to get the quest updated. One of the two. Alright, let's, hope and pray and hope and pray and hope and pray. Cloud Top, Coral. We need to get to Anvil out here, I think, to do some of the Fighters Guild stuff. Or we can go to Cheydinhal, which Cheydinhal, I didn't even consider that might be a good option. Yeah, maybe we should go to Cheydinhal and get all those done. Do we have a... I don't think we have a Mages Guild here.
Let's hear it.
No, let's not hear it. Gerall Mountains, yeah. We're gonna go to Cheydinhal. Hope that Cheydinhal treats us better. Also, how you doing, Turtle Gamer? Welcome. Give me half a second. I just realized my multi-stream isn't up. That's why I didn't see it. Alright, let's go put this live scene back on, and we're good. Okay, there we are. Sorry about that, fellas. Oh god, look at how terrible it runs. Says I'll be right. Yep, already changed. Oh god, this thing is struggling. Guys, I don't know if it's going to be able to handle it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's gonna run. It is truly struggling right now. Alright, so we need to head this way. Let us hope. Let us hope and pray that it functions. Looks like a laptop when I tried to run Minecraft. Yeah, my computer's outdated. It just needs... That's why we have our goal there. Since you guys know that all the money that goes into the channel goes specifically towards the channel. Yeah, that's the goal. Don't worry, I'm putting my own money and everything towards it. But I figure, why not? It helps. Hello? The hell is that? Do you seek to conjure? No. No. I mean, we could, but it's not worth it. Let me take a look at my inventory. What are we looking at for, like, weight? 212 out of 274. We don't have a lot of weight, so... Money, yeah, you know. It's a gas. Grab that cash with both hands and make a stash. Yep, you know how it'd be. How it'd do what it is. Is that another stone? Damn, why'd they put the stones so close? Oh, hello. Namira.
You? Why do you invade our place of worship? A place of blessed darkness. A holy place where we may worship in our wretched...
I wish to worship Namira.
You do. You are too pretty to worship in this place. People like you, like to hear you talk. When you are more loathsome, you may return.
Yup, more loathsome. That's... I had to just get shit-faced drunk. I honestly have to get shit-faced drunk to just do this.
Yes? You better have the right offering, or you're wasting...
Yeah, I'm aware.
This place is sacred.
What can I do for you?
We don't welcome visitors, but we don't murder them.
Bye.
Wait, I haven't been at, the other stream's been busy. Well, thank you for letting me know, I suppose. I mean, it's cool. I mean, everybody's got their own lives. I don't expect people to be here. They've got things going on their side. Seek to conjure... No, we don't want that. Okay, so these are conjuring stones, it looks like. So Chaden, like, that's the one thing that bothers me about Oblivion. Everybody talks about how, like, great Oblivion was, but one of the things that, like, none of the maps will ever compare to some of the other Elder Scrolls, and that's kind of why it bothers me, because I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's cool, but, like, it's certainly no Daggerfall, and I think Daggerfall just kind of ruined other maps for me. Because I just think of Daggerfall as, like, the be-all, end-all of all maps. It's rough thinking about that. Because I'm just like, man, I could have an entire gigantic area that may be a little empty, but at least there's a lot of... There's running to do. Or I can get to the next town in, like, a few runs. If my computer allows it, you know. If my computer allows it, we could get there in a couple minutes. How do we go about this? We gently fall down this mountain. Ever so gently. Since I don't have much HP, I really do need to be careful how I go about this. Long time no see. I was here during their Daggerfall run. Dominic, hey! I do remember you, Greer. Changed my username. See you're back on YouTube. Yep, and I am. I've actually been on YouTube quite a lot. Yeah, a lot has kind of changed. I went back to Elder Scrolls because obviously Oblivion came back, and you know, we did say that if they ever remade it, I would go ahead and run it and add it to the list. My computer is struggling to go ahead and run this, but it does, just not very well. Hopefully it'll be all right. How have you been? What's been going on? It has been a little bit. We've had quite a few things happening on the channel for a while, but it's you know, Elder Scrolls is one of those things that I think whenever it comes out we'll go back to, but yeah, right now I'm technically in my Year of Survival challenge. I have foregone put that on pause, which will probably eat into my Year of Survival anyway. Just to go ahead and get this done. But welcome on back. It has been a bit, honestly. And you were a really big part of Daggerfall. You gave me a lot of good advice and stuff. You know, Daggerfall is still considered my my favorite of them, so please don't be a troll. Let me save. Lord knows it's gonna be a troll. Yeah, I definitely do remember. We had plenty of discussions during the time of the water walk across the bay. Been good. Sorry, when you're only on Twitch, I drifted away. I'm not sure what you mean. I've always multi-streamed. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean because I've always multi-streamed on Twitch and YouTube. I think there was a point where I was doing specifically something for Twitch, but no, I mean, I've been pretty consistent about multi-streaming. My program is always set up for it, so I do both Twitch and YouTube. There might have been a small period where I did Twitch just because there was a specific challenge on there that I needed to do. But nope, I've been here. You might have drifted away because of one or another challenge that I was doing. I know the channel sees a flux of people in and out based on what I'm playing, so... Yeah, no issues either way. Glad to see you back. How's life been? Like, you got anything special coming up? Any big projects? Big changes in life? Where the frick are the bandits? Man, I'm like over here like, ah, man, I remember there being bandits everywhere. And I'm like sitting here like, where the fuck is everybody? There's no bandits everywhere. No bandits here, no bandits there, no bandits in the trees. Knights of the Thorn Lodge. Ah, yes, I recall that. Yeah, this is our final push to go ahead and get the channel where it needs to go. I've kind of decided that, you know, after this many years of putting in effort towards trying to go ahead and get the channel, Mandela Effect, Strange, I don't remember anything that swore you left YouTube for a time. My dog had surgery at one point, like somewhere, I think I think I know what it is. So my dog had surgery at some point. Oh, talking about that. Girl, do you want that thing off your head? Alright, hold on one second. Let me get this coat off of her head. She has been trying to scratch her ear out, so... So you want that coat off? Come here. Here. Come here, girl. Come here. Alright, hold on. 1 second. Guys. Alright, there you go. You're free. Alright, so yeah, she had surgery, and for like 2-something... Stop. Like 2-something months, I was completely off streaming for a while. Go ahead and go lay down. Sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up, girl. I just figured you'd want to be comfortable. But yeah, for like 2-something months, I was completely off streaming while we were getting recovery and everything else. We weren't sure she was gonna honestly make it. She had surgery to remove a fatty corpuscle, which turned out to be cancer. So it was pretty unfortunate, and now we see that she's getting a lot of the same lumps back. So we're preparing for this to probably be her last year. As sad as that is, considering I've had her ever since I just picked her up off the road. We're preparing for this to be the last year she has around with us. So it's a very sad moment. She's lived a great life and done a lot of great things, but you know, it is what it is. That surgery ate through a lot of my savings and stuff, and then, you know, anybody who's heard anything about the news, the economy hasn't exactly been what I call kind, and let's see, I ended up losing the contract we were on, so that kind of sucked. We were both Luft ended up losing her job, and I ended up losing my contract, which basically means it's essentially the same as losing my job. I just know that there's a contract that'll eventually come, I just don't know when. So, yeah, we were floating there for a while, and, yeah, a lot of stuff has happened in our lives that was very unexpected. I'm on a new contract, doesn't pay as well. The hours are all right, but, you know, Luft is working pretty hard. So the two of us really haven't had as much time as we'd like to do a lot of the things we want. Yeah, that's pretty much been it. That's my life. You know, I've got a nice VTuber model and everything that's functional. It's just my computer can't handle very intensive games and my VTuber model at the same time, so you don't get to see a lot of that. You know, I've done my face reveal like 5 freaking times, because every time my camera goes up, everyone's like, face reveal! And I'm like, guys, it's on my fucking channel, just go look for it. But yeah, we're okay, just Justin, you know? This is a lodge, we can get our sleep and get our points. But I'm gonna take a look and see what else we have around first. Oh, I remember. Hello? Oh, well, thank you on back. Welcome back to the channel that loves a challenge. You know my spiel. We've given it. We've done the spiel many a time. I guess I'll give it anyway. You know, channel loves a challenge. Insert things too time-consuming. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I was one of the pugs. You got 2 more, Winston and Wilbur. Winston and Wilbur as pugs? I'm sorry, I didn't remember that you had dogs. I will remember your names, but some of the details may be fuzzy. Daggerfall was 2-3 years ago? So remembering names, not too big a thing, but man, remembering some of those details, Unless you guys are here all the time, like, sometimes I'll forget, so you have to excuse me. But, Luft, I'm sure you remember that Luft loves pugs. She probably was super happy about hearing you have pugs. Alright, we have a couple things we can do here. But first, I need to find the Fighter's Hall. I know there is one. I know for a fact there's one here. And I know that this is a house that's up for... Hello? I could just walk in that house? Okay. There is one house up for sale. I just don't recall where.
I'm sorry. No one except for Cheydinhal City Guard are allowed inside this home. Due to outstanding fines owed to the city, Aldous...
Yeah, my, I don't know if I'm gonna get another pet. I have very much loved my dog for as long as she's been around, but it just feels like
Good to see you.
It's time. And I don't know if I could take the idea of having to lose another... What number stream is this for Oblivion? How much did I miss? Not too much. Not too much on it. Sorry. That Nirnroot very much scared me. Not too much. I think this is maybe our third, maybe fourth Oblivion stream. It's very intensive. It gives me the warnings that my computer can't even handle it when I start it up. So you haven't missed too much. I've done my best to just kind of run around. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do first. I don't want to do the arena. I know a lot of people tend to do the arena first because you get really good equipment and stuff and you get things early. And it makes some stuff easier. But I'm not a fan of doing the arena immediately. I think the arena is kind of more a mid-game thing. I also do not rush the Oblivion Gate, so we're going to get as much other stuff done as we can before we beat the Oblivion Crisis. So Kvatch is kind of out of the question. The Mages Guild, I need to be careful about. I want to do the Mages Guild so that way I can have access to custom spells early and get low-level spells. But I also don't want to do the Mages Guild because I know that Bruma is going to get itself wrecked. And if I don't get all of the spells from Bruma, like Summon Dremora Lord, I won't have the option to get them later. Those spells are not going to transfer anywhere else. Dark Brotherhood is on my docket. I think it's a fairly strong quest that I could knock out. But I'm thinking I may go Fighters Guild, Dark Brotherhood, and then Thieves Guild, and then Mages. You know, I might switch Mages depending on how much money we have. I need specific spells. Like, if anything that has fire-type stuff or regular elemental things, great. I can get them anywhere and then just custom craft. But something like Summon Dremora Lord, I can't. Adler, sorry about that during the original. No, you're good. You are A-okay. Please be my guest at this point. I have played my way through all of Oblivion. I've done all my stuff. We're fine, ready to go. You're more than welcome to do it. I don't have an issue with it. I'm just trying... Yeah, and if you have recommendations, which is the best way to go, my concerns right now, for why I'm doing what I'm doing is the Dremora Lord spell. I would like to keep it. So... I can't do anything with the Mages Guild because I don't want Bruma to go up in flames. And then... yeah, I think that's about my only real concern, is making sure that I have the spells from Bruma. So I need quite a few thousand gold. The arena would be a good way to get that, but I'd like to go ahead and get a couple levels before I do the arena. It makes it slightly harder, but I also need, like, a little bit of decent equipment.
Hello there.
Fighters Guild. Here we are. If I would have gone in at, like, level 1 with a steel sword, which I got fairly early, it would have been a viable option. But now that I have more than a steel sword and I'm level 4, I probably want to do level 5.
Ever since Ulrich Leyland took over the captain of the guard, the guards have imposed new, ridiculously heavy fines for if you can't pay the fine, they can take your property away or toss you in the car. If you're interested, go talk to Levana Nadarin.
That actually does sound
Go hurt
corruption and
something.
conscience. I remember that. Go hurt something. Ooh, hold on. Oh, God. I forgot how much I hate this. Ceremonial gauntlets, display case, ceremonial, Ebon Dabber replica. Yeah, these don't do anything and they weigh a lot, so not worth it. What's my stream schedule? We're kind of back to our regular time frames of doing streams every day if possible. My normal start time for streams is 3:30 Eastern Standard Time ish. Except this Wednesday I have a well, this week's gonna be a bit tenuous because I don't really know my schedule just yet. I have a couple interviews coming up for new positions I'm trying to get into, so I should be 3:30 Eastern Standard every day except Wednesday, unless otherwise stated. I'll put something out if I'm not gonna stream that day. But yeah, on weekends I tend to go ahead and stream early. You'll usually get a stream starting at 10 that may go out all the way to 6 on weekends. But you get at least 3 to 4 hours a day of streaming. Usually my schedule. It's flexible, but you can usually find me from 3:30 Eastern Standard Time forward at least 3 or 4 hours every single day. I guess the one thing that I should put out here is this is my last year streaming if I cannot go ahead and make my YouTube partnership this year. I've spent 5 years grinding. 3:30 a.m. No, 3:30 p.m. Sorry. 1600 or excuse me, 1500, 1530 for military time. But yeah, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then 15:30 for military for anybody else who works on a 24-hour clock. But yeah, this is our last year attempting to go ahead and do YouTube. If we cannot make our 1,000, and I cannot make it to the watch hours that I need, I'm probably gonna give up streaming. Like, I'm just being very realistic and upfront. This isn't a like trying to push everybody and everything. I just want people to know that 5 years is a long time to invest in a channel where I've put in a lot of hours almost every single day into it. To not make that subscriber mark by now. So, I just want everyone to be prepared that if we don't make the goals, that 1,000 by the end of the year, and we don't get that watch time, that may just be it for the channel. So that's why we're just having as much fun as we can. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You've come at a good time and a bad time. You've come at a great time because we're back on the grind. You've come at a bad time because the grind is probably towards its permanence here. But if you're willing to stick around... Hello? Porter, you don't need to fucking follow me everywhere, my guy. Damn, you're really leaving this time? I mean, like I said, only if we don't make our goal. Like, 5 years is a long time to invest with nothing really to show for it. 5 years is usually what it would take a business to go ahead and either falter or make a small name for itself.
not me.
But yeah, I'll really leave this time if that's what it comes to. But
That Gruyan Garana is
I've
really
made up my
full of
mind that I think it's
She'll
I think
talk
it's
your ear
time.
off if you'll
5
let
years
her.
is enough time to invest in something that, if it hasn't grown by now, I hate to say it, but I don't think it'll grow. My channel is older than Markiplier's. Let's put that one in perspective.
I've settled down here. Nice place. Little slow, but it suits me. Burrs Grokash is a bear. You too.
Okay, he's not going to give me anything. I'm just looking for stuff to, like, sell out in our local shops, or any weapons that I can go ahead and use that might be helpful for me. They have a little bit of weight, and they don't sell heavy, so... 5 years. Yeah, it's been 5 years of grind. Like, I have actively been attempting to do stuff with the channel for about 5 years now. I mean, but my total channel is pretty old. Yeah, and it's just one of those things. If it hasn't grown by now, it's not gonna grow. I mean, I see a lot of other channels that manage to go ahead and... What will you do if you leave the channel? Will you upload your Twitch streams, or is that it? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do, but I know I will probably, more likely than not, I will probably stop streaming. I think I've only been on here for 6 months. And I'm glad for your success. I'll be very honest, when you come in here and say stuff like that, it does kind of sound like a humble brag. I'm sure many other people might take offense to it, but I know you're just talking about your channel, so... But yeah, it's one of those things that, it just hasn't gone the way that I would hope it would. We're gonna grab all these because we can use them for the thing. Yeah, I mean, I even prefaced it by saying I'm aware, but I'm just letting you know. Other channels would probably take offense. I don't, but I'm over encumbered. Okay, we'll just mix it up right here in front of this dude, I guess. Where are we at? Gotta have something in here. Here we are. Fatigues. Fatigues. Hold on, does beef? Shield. Blackberry, fatigue. Make a whole bunch of fatigue stuff. We're gonna end up using almost all of it. So, restore fatigue, restore fatigue. Restore fatigue. I think it's so funny that, like, the cheese wedges get so much use. That sucks. Just got back? You have plenty of time. Listen, we're only in May. I mean, if you don't want to see it disappear, you know, bring your friends. Tell everybody you can to come on in. I mean, you guys are acting like I've already gone ahead and... Listen, I'm not dead yet. I'm still here. You still got plenty of time. I'm not just gonna give up the ghost anytime soon. There's still plenty of time to get everything where it needs to go. Restore health. We want to keep that one. Just because we can do actual health potions. Oh, was the pear also fatigue? The pear was fatigue. And onions, because we don't really need water breathing. fatigue and silence. Damage, health, endurance, strength. Venison is health, so we want to keep that. It's also feather, so I'm wondering if we might have a couple other things that feather. And if we do, we'll try and create feather potions, because they are the most useful thing to me. Okay, so we'll take this out. There is a feather. Here, our venison. 3 feather potions, very, very important. We'll get this magic, you are fatigue. We'll take this out. There should be another fatigue. I just don't remember where. I did mention you in a comment on a different, the horse armor. I don't. It's funny because a lot of people have recently been finding the thing because, there are people out there who, I guess some people are getting into Daggerfall after the release of Oblivion, and they're wanting to get back into it. And then they're finding out that there's somebody, the madman that I am, that has done Daggerfall without fast travel, and a lot of people are coming back to the channel, or coming to the channel to be like, why would you do this to yourself? So we're getting a lot of residual people here just because they're interested in the fact that somebody would actually do it. So I'm not too worried. I mean, it's no issue to me. It'll grow as it grows, and if it doesn't, I mean, that's just how it is, I don't take too much offense. I know that even making it in this world, like, is a very slim chance. I went into it with no blindfolds on, thinking that I would be able to go ahead and make it. Is this a general trader? Goods. Oh, they're not even open. What time is it? Oh, it's only 7-something. I need to wait.
Spare a coin?
Yeah, of course I could spare a coin.
I can eat for a day with a single coin.
Listen, you don't need to... Here, have a...
I can't make up my mind about...
Have a coin.
Thank you, kind.
Alright,
He's
here's a gray fox.
Of course.
That's alright. I mean, like, I get it. I'm sure that there are many YouTubers and stuff out there who've got Door to the Mages What? Oh, right. I remember. This is the guy who tries to drown me because he's like, haha, that thing weighs so much, you'll never be able to pick it up. But I pick it up anyway because I'm a fucking Argonian and you can't stop me, motherfucker. I remember this.
What did
Welcome.
I do to the...
I'm Ilanui. I'm only a conjurer, but Orentur is a full magician. Isn't he wonderful?
Isn't he wonderful? Sure.
Perhaps it seems silly, but our love is the most important thing in all creation. Orentur and I spend all our time together in the High Elf way.
Okay, now I see why she's so...
Orentur doesn't like to brag, but no one can match the reflect spells he can cast.
Might teach you one.
At the last Imperial Alchemy Symposium, I heard Sindarian mention something about a strange, glowing root.
Yep.
I'm afraid I can't remember what he said about them.
Skingrad. There it is.
That would be Falcar's responsibility. The Coral Guild Hall.
Okay, cool. Let's see what you
never
got.
know when you might
Oh,
need a
you're the
good,
alchemist.
Strong potion. Best to stock up now while you can.
Grand Soul Gem, 3-something. Potions that I don't actually need. Lot of potions. What do you need to think of my new channel, by the way? Sega Knight, Sonic as King Arthur. You know what? I will go ahead and check out... I'll check out the channel after the stream. Let me write it down so I don't forget to do that. Writing things down is honestly going to be the best way for me to remember to do things in general. Give me a second. Alright, cool. I think it's pretty cool. Like, it's probably weird because one of my favorite Sega games, despite, you know, Sonic Adventures in the Chao Garden is obviously going to be top. But one of my favorite ones is, I think it's Sonic and the Black Knight. Where like, Sonic gets a sword. I think it's fucking cool. And I don't know why everybody doesn't like it. But I'm also the kind of person who likes Sonic 06, and people don't like that either. So, you know, I'm probably a weirdo for not liking stuff like, for liking those, but not anybody wants it. But yeah, I think it's cool. The new channel name's pretty nice. Are you going to be doing lore stuff, or what is the intent of your channel? I guess let's sell off some of the stuff we have here. I don't really use bear pelt for anything, so... Potions of healing. Potions of anti-venom. I don't need either of these, so they're just good for me. Sorcery, flawless sapphires. I don't really know what I use these for, so we'll put them away. They don't weigh enough to get rid of them. Bear pelts we can get rid of. Is nothing. Burger, really only use it. Not very interesting. Ah, okay. I still think it's pretty cool. You know, one of those big things, and I think it's why I like just having the channel in general, is that I really like the idea of being able to have an online presence that I feel represents me. And I'm sure that there could be better ways, just like the name of the design. No, that's pretty cool. I think that is awesome. I always think that having something that you really enjoy as your design or your online presence, I think is really cool. I think everybody should have their own set of online presence, honestly. Oh, wolf pelts. Let's get rid of those. Weak potions. I think we'll just use these next time rather than getting rid of any of them. Just use them. Ham, rat meat. I don't think we can sell any of
Another
that.
satisfied customer.
Yeah.
Farewell.
I hear a new associate came to Tikius's aid recently.
Oh.
Something about an old enemy of his
That's
storming
me.
into town.
Oh.
Farewell.
Oh.
Hail.
I'm Trayvon, the Red Guard, Mages Guild evoker. Surprised? Yes, you don't see many Red Guards.
That's right, because most Red Guards
we don't
tend to
much
be...
like spellcasters in
Yep.
Hammerfell. Wizards steal souls and tamper with minds. If you use magic,
Yeah,
you're weak or wicked.
It's mainly
my family
because...
didn't approve of my vocation, so I had to
It's
come to
mainly
Cyrodiil
because
for my
in
education.
Hammerfell they have
I
a
admit,
lot of
I
problems
still
with,
have
like,
strong prejudices
mages.
against necromancy, summoning, and illusion. Profaning the remains or souls of the dead is just wrong, and I'm uneasy about tampering with others' minds and trafficking with Deidre.
Damn.
My progress through the ranks here will be slow. My prejudices against certain types of magic limit my chances for advancement.
Nonetheless,
Deidre
pretty
cults aren't
interesting.
necessarily evil, of course. In nearby Morrowind, for example, they worship Deidre in the temple. The Azura Shrine north of town, up Lake Arius Way, for instance. I know a dark elf there. Nothing evil about him.
Map marker added. Always nice.
If you're looking for the most powerful spells, you'll want to speak to Barisian at the Arcane University. If you're allowed in, that is.
Yeah, I'm not too big on, like, the big
You'll
powerful
have to get one
spells.
from Falcar if you can.
If you can. He's trying to
It
try to
sounds
kill
like
me,
there are an
is
awful
what he
lot of
wants.
problems at the Bruma Guild Hall. Jean does a poor job of running that place.
Purchase
Let's do
spells. What
business.
you got? Burdening Touch, Burden, and Hinder. They're both essentially the same thing. Going for the lower rank spell just means I have Burden as a thing, so I'm good with that. You know what? Hold on. Before we do any of that, I need to see what kind of magics I have available to me. Let's take a quick list here. I keep a small notebook. Like, literally, I have tons of these things all over the place. Because I have so many ideas, or so many challenges, or so many things that I'm doing at any given time. I basically need notebooks all over the place to remind myself what I'm doing. Okay, so we have... Clairvoyance. We just need to make sure that we have a full list of what we need. We have Feather, which I'm using currently already. Greater Fortify Speed. I don't have the magic, but Fortify Speed is good enough. We'll eventually have the magic for it. Restore Health. Like some of the new voice actors in this game, like Cindy Robinson, who voices the Dark Elf females, as Amy from Sonic. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't realize they brought her in. I thought that a lot of the voices sounded the exact same, so I assumed that they had ported, that they'd just done a direct upgrade on graphics, and then decided to go ahead and just restore the sound files, but I didn't realize that some of these things had actually been re-recorded, so it is nice to hear that. So shields, we have all of access to 5 types of magic. Clairvoyance, don't give a damn about. Feather, do give a damn about. Fortify Speed, also. Restore Health, great, and Shield, useful.
What can I do for you?
So, I want
May I
to...
interest
I'm
you
going
in
to
some of
purchase
my
this
fine
Burden,
wares?
because if we have access to Burden, it's fine. Life Detection we have as spells. I don't necessarily need it. So, this gives us access to Burden. So, is Sonic one of your favorite game series ever? Takes a lot to name yourself after a franchise or a company that put the franchise out. Heat Shell. I'm wondering if Fire Shield is different than Shield, because I have never really seen Fire and Frost Shield, and I don't know if it's a combination of Fire and Shield, or if it's Fire Shield. Open easy lock. We don't care about opening locks. Restore health. We're fine. Defend is shield. Shield. Summoning Scamp. Remote manipulation is telekinesis. Water breathing. We don't care about. And it's water walking. We'll get a ring for water walking, and I don't necessarily need it for anything. Water breathing is pointless on us. The Summoning Scamp could be fairly useful. So we'll have access to Summoning Scamp. The summoning magics are usually pretty damn hard to get. So collecting at least a group of summoning spells is a little difficult.
You've got a
What
lot
do you
to
train
learn.
in? Oh, Destruction.
Take care.
I'm Magician Orange.
They even got
the Mage.
Jason
I divide my
Marsden.
time
Oh,
between the
yeah.
Cheadenhall Guild and my own private
Yeah, I know
studies at
Jason
Quiverback.
Marsden. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I never really thought about the behind the scenes of the stuff that they got
I'm very
in.
fond of Cheydinhall.
Um,
It's where I met my love.
I'll be honest.
Our lives are quite long.
My
and choosing the
honest
right partner
opinion
is very
about the
important.
game is I feel that Elder Scrolls Oblivion is really just a way to distract people from the fact that the new Elder Scrolls is not going to come for a while. Or to see what they can go ahead and do and gauge how much money people are willing to go ahead and spend on these remakes. Because, I mean, it's okay. Like, it's Oblivion. It's Oblivion with all of its goods and all of its bads. Yeah, I know. Agree with me, Oranther. Yeah, I know. You know what I'm talking about, right? See, this elf knows what I'm talking about. It's just Oblivion. It's Oblivion in a prettier skin. All of its glitches, all of its problems, all of it still exists. I don't necessarily think it needed to be made. I think this is a way to tide people over, to stop them from frothing at the mouth and assaulting people because Elder Scrolls, the new Elder Scrolls isn't out or gonna come for a while. And I think if the new Elder Scrolls does go bad, people will be like, hey, we've got Oblivion. So, I don't know. I think this is a way for them to go ahead and not necessarily revitalize, but I think Oblivion is a
Trayvon
distraction,
has the best shield
honestly.
spell outside of the arcane. I don't know what Archmage Trayvon has against Necromancy. You'll need to see
I see. What spells
May
do
I
you have?
interest you in some of
Encumbering,
my
which is
fine
burden.
wares?
Lighten load. Pack mule. Good stuff, but can't use it. Also, making a new feather spell would just be better than these. Flame shield, 30% for 60. Yeah, that's a massive spell, especially with the amount of money I'd have to invest. Boop boop. Ice shield, glacial wall. Open locks, guard spells. So all of these are, I think, viable. I can get them, but if I could make Flame Shield on my own,
you too.
It'll be worth it. If nothing else, maybe I'll just buy it myself, but...
I'm Ditsan, magician, Mages Guild, that is. It's all right. The guild here, that is. That's what you meant, right? It's fine. I'm doing fine here.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Our hall doesn't offer much in the way of training. I can teach some basic alteration skills, but that's about it.
Alteration's very important for me.
I'm afraid you'll have to speak to Falkar about that. Necromancy may be legal in Cyrodiil, but few will openly admit to practicing it now.
Let me
Good
see.
that
Can
you
you?
want to get
380. Open locks, reduce encumbrance, and shield yourself. Actually, hold on. Fortify speed. I get. There's console commands? I didn't even realize that. Fortify speed falls under restoration, not... Oh, but feather falls under alteration. I don't know which to do now. Obviously, I could have this, but if I need fortify speed, like... I guess heal minor wounds. Let's just work on restoration, I suppose. Let's grab these soul gems, because that's the kind of life we live. A whole bunch of alchemy supplies everywhere. I wonder if that's their big thing here. It's just a lot of alchemy.
Did you hear that someone played yet another prank on Queen Kazorak and Bruma? I don't know how she keeps...
Interesting.
They charged me 5 gold for littering. Littering! I've seen you.
Barely make that in a year, sis. So funny.
Well met.
Well met, whoever you are.
Well, to be honest, I don't think we have much of a team in the Shadenhall Guildhall. We lack leadership, and individually, we aren't very skilled. Only mages who have gotten That's Falcar's.
Recharge
Always
weapons.
keep your
Yeah, I don't have
magical
anything to
equip
recharge anyway. Garments. Parchments, hell yeah! Let me take all them parchments. You guys know, we collect parchments. Oh, parchments and torches. We're not grabbing books or anything unless we absolutely need to. They're important, but not at the moment. The seed. I will say I wish some of the things had the complexity that that Morrowind had. That is one thing that I do really like. Morrowind's quest had quite a bit of complexity in comparison to some of the other things. A silver bow and a silver warhammer. We're 100% taking that. Regardless. Alright, let's find our way out of this so I can finally get rid of my iron bow. And also this watermelon's coming with us. And whatever's in there. Whoa, 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 is that? No, I thought it was Shadow Banish. Alright, we're gonna sell off this Warhammer, and we're gonna sell off our iron bow. The silver bow is just gonna be slightly better in general. Not by much, but by enough. What time is it? It's 9:35 a.m. Let's make our way to the, after we talk to our lord here.
Why do you get lost?
Oh, okay. Disregard. Didn't want to talk to you anyway. What we need to do is we need to make our way to a... one of the salespeople, which is going to be over on that side, I believe.
Blessings of the Nine. I'm happy to be of service in any way I can. Naspia Cosma is really skilled. Bye.
They're a Fighters Guild member of some sort. You know what I wish, like, this had? Fishing. I wish that there was fishing in here.
You here looking for work, meat? Maybe you will advance through the rank as you complete contract. Be aware, though, that your rank can... This guild is going to hell in a hog cart. Look at what they give me. Keld of the Isles, Odinbar, both guardian rank? Useless.
Useless.
I suppose I've got something for you. We need... Move your ass, boot.
Oh no, steel longsword and steel hammer and steel bow. I gotta deliver those. That's bad because I definitely was gonna sell some stuff and I didn't want that right now. But I suppose I have no choice but to do it. Also, lots of orcs here.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. I ain't talking to you. You ain't from around here, so push off.
Why the echo? Hello?
Treasure holes near Shaden Hall? Not close by. Fort Nassau and Fort Paciendo. Bad news. Undead, and then some. But far out and foul enough, you'll get plenty of action.
I'm not crazy, right? You guys hear that
Stop
that
talking.
echo, right? Now I'm kind of worried about, like, some of the recordings and stuff. I think it's the mountains that do it. I think the mountains are causing some of the problems. Is there a local map? Because I really would like if there was a local map. That would be fairly nice. I don't think there is. So we're just gonna have to wander around until I find this shop. I think it's very funny that the quest to go ahead and do for the Mages Guild recommendation here is essentially it doesn't take your race into consideration, because if it does, it wouldn't give you the same quest considering you're an Argonian and you can survive being underwater.
You seem far too nice to be one of Ulrich's men. What can I do for you? Oh, please, don't even get me started. That madman won't be satisfied until everyone in town is dead broke. Or in jail. What in oblivion is Ulrich doing with all that money anyway? I'm sure he's lining his pockets with the gold of the good citizens of Cheydon Hall.
Yeah, I remember this.
Take my good friend Aldous Othran, for example. In the last month, he's been fined 6 times. 6! All for being drunk and disorderly. Have you ever gone past a guard barracks? When are they not drunk and disorderly? What kind of a stupid fine is that? Well, Aldous couldn't pay the last 2 fines, so they seized his home and threw him into the street until he could pay it. Bastards. The Count, he could care less about our plight. As long as the roast suckling pig is delivered to his feast table, he's
Argonian gang for the win. I love the Argonians. Like, maybe they're not, like, the strongest of the races, but their lore really does give them the upper hand, in my opinion. The fact that they could be changed by the history, fantastic idea.
Well, there's one man who seems to care. Garrus Durelian, the second in command of the Guard. I hear he isn't happy with Ulrich. I don't know what you can do for us in this situation. I mean, you can find him roaming the...
Yes, we'll do that at some point.
You may be able to find him. They were traveling the road from the Imperial City when a band... Ever since then, he's been drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know where
Kinda
the Count
sucks.
found him. Garrus may
Alright.
be our only hope.
Let me, I just gotta find someplace to sell my shit. Come on. I know there's a good shop somewhere in this town. I've been there. Or at least looked at the front door.
Good to see you.
Hello.
Hello, guard. There it is. There's what I'm looking for. signs on walls that indicate I can go there to sell off stuff. Alright. Since they're just general traders, they may not give me the best... Oh, hold on. You are a blacksmith? I guess I'll start here. March Rider, I don't know. But yeah, Nurbit is cool. Alright, there we are. You're who I'm looking for.
You have the finest horses in Cyrodiil.
The finest
right
horses?
Here in town? Black Waterside Stables. The best thoroughbred blacks.
You can't say that! Oh my god, we release Oblivion and suddenly they just, racism out the window.
I spoke with Deetsan at the Mages Guild recently. I've never seen someone so happy about being in the guild.
Alright, let's do
Only
the
quality
barters.
goods for sale. What can I
the
interest
silver
you in?
warhammer we'll get rid of. I don't necessarily need it. The silver bow we're gonna keep. All these silver daggers can go.
That seems a fair price.
Bear pelts, that can go. My iron bow can also go, finally. My arrows, I have plenty of them right now. 1 knife, 19 torches. Oh, the other stuff are quest items, so I couldn't get rid of them even if I wanted to. Alright. Captain Cordan's Saber. Absorb blade, agility, and endurance on strike. What else you got in here? Long swords, leather, repair hammers, and the silver stuff. So you don't have anything good in here? Jeez.
Another satisfied
I
customer.
guess you're mainly concerned
care.
with... with armors. It looks like they're light armor specialty, too. Jesus Christ. You can see my computer sitting here just struggling. It doesn't know what it's doing.
Well met. Ganradhel. I train dogs. And people. Prefer dogs. People. I teach them advanced acrobatics. Up and jump. Dogs. I teach them to bite people.
Haha! Wow. A lot of personality.
You got your people, and you got your dogs. Dogs are loyal and stupid. People are smart and devious.
I'm also very bothered by the fact that they're just, everything stops and they're just staring at me, gazing into the depths of my soul.
Good to see you. I am Naspia Cosma, Shadenhall's steward. I offer introductory training with blades and may condescend to accept you as a student. To be frank, I prefer a career in the arena to this paper pusher's position.
Is that supposed to be a Star Wars lightsaber?
Devira Ramalin is sure proud
You know
of
it.
Newland's Lodge.
No, it's probably
she's
just some,
especially
like,
happy that the
thin...
Red
So,
Queen drinks there.
when we're talking about, like, weapons and stuff, sabers, classic Oblivion, never change. Sabers, rapiers, short swords, long swords. I think, if I'm not mistaken, a saber tends to go ahead and be more close to a rapier than anything. A rapier is supposed to be like a fencing tool. It's more of a stabbing item. Sabers usually tend to be ceremonial unless they're used by cavalry, because they're designed to be light and their blades are only on one specific portion. They have a fairly thin blade, and usually with some type of clasp over the hilt itself so that you can protect your knuckles. And mainly used by cavalry, just because they need to be in and out, and you have the hand covering so that you can block anything. So when you're on cavalry, you don't really have the time to defend yourself. If somebody takes out your hand, it's pretty much it. So they tend to be a cavalry weapon. Yeah, they could also naval weapon as well, because sabers are pretty big in naval combat, because you need a light weapon to be able to carry with you. So they're not really a primary melee weapon like you would consider something like a dagger or a dirk, but they are a primary weapon in the sense that you can go to them as a melee weapon, but they're not the most preferred melee weapon. There are many other better options than a saber.
Bye.
Also, the fact that I could hear the conversations barely happening off in the distance really bothers me. I'm just barely hearing it all, but...
Borba gra uzgash.
Borba bragu uzgash! I love it!
Adventure myself, and I know what's wanted.
Yo ho ho ho, a pirate's life for me.
I'm retired from
adventuring, but you might
get
your own man.
Mine out east along the Blue Road. Another possibility in that direction might be Kemen. It's an old Ayleid ruin. You might also look at Quickwater Cave.
I'm gonna get
north.
so many updates.
I cleared it out, but I haven't been there in years. It might have new tenants.
It might have new tenants. Yeah. Why is she sneering at me like that? We could probably make our own stuff. A Russian orc. I don't want to get rid of our alembics and stuff. Weak potions of healing. I guess, you know what, we'll get rid of our weak potions of healing, because we have potions of healing, and I can restore my own stuff if I really need to. Void salts, flash bolts, feather. I have a whole bunch of fatigue potions, mainly because I just keep making them. We're basically using them left and right, because I'm going to have to do so much running. Brass ring, protect pearls, my other stuff there. Gray robe, I kind of want to keep my gray robe. I don't think I have a use for it, but... Alright, yeah, I guess I don't see anything. Bound dagger, not great. Bound equipment doesn't really help me. Cowl of the Druid. Marksmanship, alchemy, detect life, and drain blade. I see. So it's specifically designed for distance. Fine steel bow in comparison to my silver bow, which is 3. Weighs 9. So a fine steel bow would technically be better than this silver, but silver's what I've got right now. Jade ruby. Shocking touch. Strawberries. Touch of frenzy. Alright, yeah, there's not really anything in here.
Thank you for your business.
Thank you! Why are you so, like... Why is everyone so mad at me? All these orcs dislike me, and I'm like, but why?
Let's hear it.
Bridge in. We don't want to do that right now.
By what right do you disturb me?
By what right do you disturb me? Jesus Christ. These orcs got a fucking tongue on them. Alright, let's stop and go do our... We're actually going to level up to level 5 right now. I think it's... Level 5 is probably the best level I can sit at. If I get any higher, it's probably going to be... It's probably going to be a little bit too much. Everything you do just easier, more distinctive, as though develop a keen sense. So, I think our speed for right now is good. I don't think we need to do any more for our speed. We could put in very heavy into our luck. Let's go ahead and put 5 points into our strength. We'll put... I guess the 3 remaining points into our speed. It doesn't really help me much right now, but that's fine. Level 5 is as high as I am going to attempt to go right now. If I go any higher than level 5, I'm going to be in serious trouble for some of our later things. Especially for, like, Mages Guild activities. Remember when you played Shivering Isles, you did Mania? Perhaps I should do Dementia? I believe that the only reason I did it was for speed. And I think...
Flying in the sky. Cliff racer fly so high.
I think that the only reason I had done it was just for speed. And mainly, if it gives me more speed, or gives me the ability to get more speed, that's the only reason I choose stuff.
What are you? Time is it?
Good day. I'm glad to see you've returned.
Alright, let's go ahead and do that, quest for the Fighters Guild. I feel like that's probably our big one right now. I guess Fighters Guild will be our...
Stand clear.
Our thing for right now.
I don't have time.
Hold on, let me see. Do I have 55? Great. So strength was a good upgrade. Yeah, Shivering Isles is going to be pretty fun. It's been so long since I've done a lot of this. I'm thinking I may go for the Crusader stuff. The only problem is that the Crusader stuff does not work very well with the Thieves Guild quests, and I still haven't done Thieves Guild, so... I don't want to goof those up.
Afternoon. If you want to buy a horse... Tovis knows his horses, and I'll stay with him in these beautiful creatures.
Forever.
Stop talking.
Why does everybody dislike me? What the hell is going on? Man, there's some serious hatred against Argonians. Because you became the Duke of Mania. If you want to do Dimension of the Ring, we give you Chameleon. Ah, yes. That's what. And I remember being really mad about it. Thank you for the reminder, because that's pretty important. I couldn't remember why I had done one and not done the other. Yeah, and Chameleon, I think at that point I had enough Chameleon that I would have had perfect Chameleon. Yeah, I think that's it. Brass ring and other ring. Yeah, we'll put both of those on. So, let me put my silver bow here. Oh, I have a steel? Oh, that's for sale. Yeah. The Blade of Woe, I mean, it's okay. If I had gotten it later, it would have been better, but... Whereas we have a weak Restore Fatigue somewhere in here. Right, so we're gonna put that on number 1, so I can just sprint my way from one thing to the next. Is that a scamp? Or a goblin? Goblin. Why would there be scamps? Mm, 13, which will probably give me about 9. I guess I'll grab it for now, but it's not necessarily good to keep. If we've got to chuck out stuff, I'll probably start getting rid of the iron weapons for whatever else comes up. Oh, is that the mine there? Sure is. Yeah, it's been so long since I've done any of it, I barely remember any of the stuff.
Good that you made it. You should talk to Rihanna.
I don't remember.
Good that you've made it. You should talk to Rihanna.
I think one of these guys is a traitor or something, if I'm not mistaken. £20?
You must be the reinforcement from the guild. Horrible creatures, and they've made this mine.
We're gonna get rid of them.
It's still pretty wild east of the Nip.
Yeah, I hate that, like...
You've made it, and just in time. We've got trouble with
Have a
goblins.
good memory? My memory
buck.
tends to be
You give
very
the weapons to
selective
my other
about
two
what
men.
it's good at remembering. Sometimes it's terrible, sometimes it's
Get
great.
the weapons to the other men. Then we'll take care of the goblins. Be seeing you.
You're the one with the weapons shipment.
Let's talk about that.
Only good goblin is the Imperial City itself. Good. I need a weapon.
Give you the hammer.
A hammer. Excellent. Okay.
Ah, you've got the weapons.
Yes.
Filthy animals.
I
The
honestly
Imperial
would
City
love
is
to,
located on a
like,
large...
play a goblin.
Excellent. I long to... A blade. No more needed for me. I'm waiting.
Alright, we're all good there.
You're the one with the weapon. I'm good. Okay.
Given that, we should now clear the mine of goblins. Hold on. Before I do this, I need to magic spell this ease burden on myself, because otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble.
Let's get this over with.
Rusty, get out of here. I remember I got you to talk like Sonnet, and you drove looked mad. Yeah, she hates it. I still hates it. Recently used pickaxe. That's right, savage goblins. Damn, they really left that for me, didn't they? Oh, silver remains empty.
That the best you can do?
Damn, they are really having it at it, aren't they? We're just gonna grab all the silver veins and stuff here. We don't honestly care about keeping them alive. Yeah, it'd be cool, but... we're gonna only grab what I think is really valuable from them, honestly. Iron Claymore. These Claymores are just not worth it. They weigh so much for the little amount that they give. It's not like I'm gonna leave them behind. Of course I'm gonna take them. It's now clear. Return for payment. Hell yeah, that's right. We did it. We did our best. The best that we can. How do you like the new combat? I mean, it feels kind of like the old combat with... oh, no. With slightly less...
That was some good goblin. Lots of them dead.
With slightly less... staggering all the time.
Well done, my friend. It is good that we've taken care of them. Sweet.
I like how Reyna was dead under some logs, and they were all like, yeah, we did it. But it basically feels the same to me. I don't really notice too much difference, honestly. The lack of, like, staggering every 2 seconds is kind of nice, though. You know, everyone always complains about the staggering, but I'll be honest, I'm on the side that absolutely defends the combat. It's different, alright? Oh, I guess I never even noticed it. But, you know, I never had a problem with the way that the staggering was. If you've ever swung an actual piece of metal like that, you would 100% know. It is not the easiest thing to block a piece of metal coming at you with another piece of metal and not just get staggered, or your hands hurt, or feel slightly numb afterwards, or any number of things. A lot of people like to compare it to, like, swinging sticks. And it's not. Not at all. No, I had a friend who was their family and everything. They were really big into, like, the SCA and stuff, and they did armor smithing. So I have been around my fair share of that stuff, and actually gotten to swing, like, swords, and they are not easy. Way heavier than you're expecting, and combat lasting a long time is something you don't want. So the staggering system made 100% sense to me. Can I reach in there and just grab that, or is this just nope? Just a pillar on its own. hope they didn't go ahead and say, like, don't pick up anything, because Lord knows I'm gonna pick up everything. If I wasn't explicitly told, I'm taking my own reward. Oh, God, I may as well pick up everything. We're at the point where I can't really afford to not just take a bunch of stuff. And since I've over-encumbered anyway, I may as well just over-encumber my ass back home. Right? $312, even with my spell, I don't think it's gonna... Yeah, I don't think it'll make a difference. Negative. Not enough magicka. How much do I have? 80. I do not have very much magicka. Magicka. We got anything out this way? Probably not. Nope. Just me looking at a dead end. Just me looking at a dead end. Alright, up we go. So, what's so different about the combat? Like, it didn't feel much different to me. I mean, the swings are still swingy. Maybe slightly faster. I don't think I saw too much that dealt with... Oh, skeleton. Guess I'll take your bone meal. Didn't realize you were there. I didn't notice as much stagger, but... maybe I also haven't gone very into the depths of combat here, so... The blocking, I feel like, is slightly better, for sure. I definitely felt like the blocking was better. Guess they're just gonna walk, so I'm gonna let them do their thing. I'm wondering, like, because I saw somebody talking about how much time they had spent in Oblivion, and I'm curious if it's possible to, like, spend so much time that, like, the game breaks. Or you could go all the way to the time when Skyrim is actually taking place. I think that would be fairly funny. Cheydinhal is a great place to start. It just feels more punchy, especially with bows and arrows. I will say the arrows... I was expecting them to deal more damage than they did, but they do feel pretty interesting. Also, why are the ginseng plants different? What was one yellow and one red? Flax, always important. If we can get flax and venison, I think flax and venison go really well together. Well, let's get rat meat. I have more damage fatigue, I think, somewhere in here. Stained with your diligence of mixing, but you're now a journeyman. You can now recognize additional alchemic properties and can sustain more simultaneous potion effects. Oh, well. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so Fire Shield, that answers my question. Fire Shield is its own thing. So let's exit out of these, because now I have more options. Fire shields, damage personality, shield, endurance. Lot of shields. The feather is always going to be more important. But restoring health, that's useful. Frost shield, burden. Reflect spell. Restore health. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize those would restore health. Frost, burden, dispel, shock damage, speed, damage magicka, or damage fatigue. Damage health. Damage strength, night eye, burden, damage health, and fortified magics. We could do wheat grain and rat meat to finally start getting rid of some of our rat meats. Because we've been sitting on these rat meats forever, and I just keep picking them up. Damage health. No, that doesn't. We need damage other stuff. Did you notice a bug where you're wearing robes or dresses on Argonian, their tails disappear? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't think too much about it. I just assumed that their tails went under whatever robe or stuff you were wearing, rather than being like, oh my god, they all disappeared. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, if I had a tail, I would probably keep it under the thing. Rather than just out and about, possibly tripping somebody or causing problems. Restore health. Let's go. We should have more restore health in here. Lavender sprigs. Damage health. Damage fatigue and magicka. Damage health. Yeah, there were a couple things that people were saying, this is terrible, and I'm like, it's a game. I don't think too much. For me, bugs are just, they are what they are. The bugs never really bothered me. Bugs never bothered me anyway. You know. Yeah, because I think I'm currently wearing a robe, and I just didn't... I just assumed the tail went under. For the Khajiits, I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't want to put their tails under, because, you know, they gotta talk about how much of a Khajiit they are at all times, or people won't know they're Khajiits. Don't like that their tails should be swaying in the wind like the robe physics. Their tails should be swaying in the wind, but it doesn't ruin the game for me. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I don't think I ever really noticed that. I would also be really weirded out if an Argonian's tail was swaying in the wind. You know, that's a pretty stiff thing. I would assume, since they're using their tails for balance anyway, that they wouldn't be... Well, I don't know. I guess it's a hangover. When you take a look at, like... excuse me. when you take a look at OG Argonians, so the big thing is the way that they all get changed because of the history and everything. The OG Argonians, we all know why they look that way, but it's not the way they're supposed to look. And I think that was just its way of trying to introduce them to everybody. Then you take a look at, like, regular Morrowind ones. I think the history kind of changed a lot of them to be weaker on purpose, so that way, like, less of them may be caught up in the whole slavery trade that came from the Dark Elves grabbing them up. Made them strong enough to be able to handle a lot of the stuff, but not strong enough to incentivize them getting grabbed, if that makes sense. And then when the Oblivion Crisis came about, I think it re-changed them to go ahead and be strong enough to not only invade the Oblivion Gates and everything, but also to be able to fight back against the Dark Elves and break their way out of slavery. Take advantage of the whole situation. You know, it makes sense for the Argonian tales to be thick like that, but swaying in the wind would bother me. I'm almost always in first-person mode, so, like, it truly plays no part in the way that I do things. Tail phases are crazy. Yes. In third person, it goes everywhere. It's funny.
What is it, sir? Farewell.
Yeah, I will almost never play in third person. I think there might be one or two things that I might do it, but I prefer it in first person. I don't know, it just feels like more of an adventure. More like I'm playing the game in first person than it does in third. $9.56, everything's probably closed. Yeah. Oh man, I can't jump those barrels. Damn it. I have to go around.
What is it now?
I didn't say anything, guard. Get out of my face.
What?
Are you selling stuff? Oh, no.
Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye to you. Oh, this is the Fighters Guild. I knew I was close, but I didn't realize that close. I wish I could sell stuff that I get to the Fighters Guild. Like, you feel like that would make sense. Having somebody that you can actually sell weapons and stuff that you find, or an in-house blacksmith. Like, you'd think that would make sense. Agree with you that swaying in the wind would be weird since their tails are more of muscle, but I like the idea that it could be used as a whip. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like that should also be something that you're able to go ahead and choose. You know, because it would make sense that an Argonian would have the ability to do hand-to-hand combat. Like biting, scratching, tail whips, and stuff like that.
Haven't you taken care of that weapon shipment yet?
Won't deliver themselves.
Well, you got the weapons there, but there were casualties after. Do better in the future or don't come to me for work.
I see.
Nothing now, not at your rank. Go see Azan.
Go see Azan.
You've done well so far. I hear...
Hey, there it
I'm
is.
sorry,
Apprentice.
You're not yet ready.
Go
Go
to
to it.
Anvil. Wow. Really doing it to it, right? Repair and rat meat. Let's actually repair some of our stuff because I know I need to. I also have a ton of, like, iron stuff that I need to get rid of. And chainmail that I don't want because I can't use it. I mean, I can, but it's garbage for me. My gauntlets are always getting, like, broken. That's not what I wanted. We're gonna wait outside of the shop. As much as I hate waiting, I don't think people want to sit here and watch me literally wait. Ah, shit, there it is. I knew it. It was only a matter of time. I knew I should have saved before I got in there. Yeah. Okay, game, I get it. Ba 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 ba. Move along.
Haven't you taken...
Yeah, I took care of the weapons
Well, you
shipments. Yeah, I know. Do better. I got you.
Nothing now. I'm so... Be seeing you.
In Anvil. Anvil is our next one, which I felt like Anvil was going to be our next thing. It would be nice to also, like, give him the weapons and be like, hey, go sell these things, and they might adjust or something like that. There's a lot of things that I think could be done better. I've said a lot of my piece about, like, how I believe that a Black Marsh game would need to be done. I think I like the idea of guilds in Elder Scrolls, but my problem is that you can pretty much just be anything you want in the Elder Scrolls guilds. You could just be the top of it. And I feel like there should be sometimes, even though the game doesn't freeze. Yeah, my computer's just, it's definitely there. It's definitely at the end of its life cycle. So I'm just trying to do my best with what I've got here. For quest, we're gonna go ahead and do corruption and conscience. But I would like to wait by the doors so I can sell off my stuff first. We're gonna wait 10 hours, should be fine. Okay, cool. I was thinking it may just, like, crash right then and there. What are you saying? You were saying about the guilds in Black Marsh? Yeah, like, Black Marsh should be a very difficult game to make. Any type of going into Black Marsh should be difficult, but I feel like if they were going to do it, and the reason I was kind of going on the whole guild rants and everything is because I feel like getting to the top of any of these guilds, there should be some sense of responsibility to these guilds. You should feel like, hey, if I'm joining a guild, I have to make sure that this guild is a strong guild or can go forward. And I feel like if they were to do expeditions into Black Marsh, or to, like, do an actual game, I feel like you would have to kind of decide how you want to go about it. You know, like, if you were establishing camps or building stuff, which I feel like they're going to do the Fallout 4 system of settlement building and things, I think that they really need to consider the idea that making these guilds is important. If you decide that you want to go ahead and side with the Mages Guild, setting up a settlement or a city that has actual, like, mages as the center of everything means that, you know, you'd have a lot more magic there. Your fighters' presence wouldn't be so heavy, and you might have a lot of heavy Thieves Guild because, you know, expensive stuff are there. Where if you side with, like, the Thieves Guild, yeah, it'll probably be smaller cities, there'll be more dens, maybe you'll have more scatter-shot items that are available, and mages and fighters might not necessarily be as strong, but you'll have access to more items in general, whereas if you were in a fighter guild, you would have better blacksmith, better weapons, you would have access to more melee items and stuff there. And I feel like supporting the guilds, or determining how much control that they have based on the number of cities that they take, or number of settlements that you establish for each guild, would determine the overall strength of each guild and where you can go ahead and rank up and stuff. I feel like that would be a great way to go ahead and do it. The Aztec Mages are cool. Alright, let's get on into...
Go ahead, please. I can't believe the ridiculous new fines the guards are imposing. Ever since Ulrich took over as captain...
Yeah, he did do a lot of that, didn't he? Alright. Let's get rid of... My Iron Claymore has, what, 5? Versus my Steel Longsword, which is also 5. 22 versus 24. If I get the Iron Claymore, I'm thinking I may not need the shield, though.
That's a fair deal.
It's not a fair deal, but it'll work. I guess we'll stick with it. Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
You've made a good bit of gold.
Made a good bit of gold? No, I didn't.
Bargain.
Is Chainmail the next one up? I think Chainmail qualifies as, what, medium armor? Not heavy? Because I'm sitting on steel, and I think that's already tops. Wolf pelts.
That seems a fair price.
Yeah, there's not really anything else. Repair hammers, but we're gonna need those. I guess that's it for now. It's not like I have a lot that I can get from you. Okay. Alright, let's go do this thing. It's light, there is no medium? Okay. Okay. I thought that there was light, medium, and heavy armor.
Greetings to you.
Oh, hello. I guess you must have just gone inside. Can I get in there? Please don't crash.
Greetings.
Greetings. What do you want?
What do you want? It's probably because I'm a...
I can't say I'm prepared to speak to you about that. No telling who will end up finding out.
Yes. Persuading. I'm so bad at this damn game here. So boasting and coercion is your thing.
What a great story. No more. You're frightening me. Not now. Sorry. I don't get it. What a great story. Don't waste your flattery on me. Yes, yes. You think that's funny?
That's gonna be really... I hate doing this. It's such a pain.
Well done. That's just stupid. What? No more. You're frightening me.
No more! You're frightening me!
That's just not funny. Remarkable. Don't try to manipulate me. That works for me.
That works for me.
It appears you've spoken to Levana.
There we are.
I know she sounds a bit like a raving madwoman, but she isn't far from the truth. Ulrich is definitely up to something. Every day we take in exorbitant fines from the people. Where most of that money goes, I have a good idea. Ulrich keeps his quarters locked, but I've glimpsed inside. The things he has in there could never be purchased on a captain's salary. At first, I thought maybe he was from wealthy stock, but many of the goods have been delivered recently. I'd love to bring him to task in front of Count Indaris, but I dare not without a solid witness that will speak against him. Honestly, she's never done anything to be fined or get in trouble. Yet. The person I'd love is...
yeah.
I haven't approached him myself as Ulrich. If you want to help, you need to get Aldous to agree to become a...
Nothing else, yep.
Aldous is living on the street now that his house has been seized. I begged up. He won't be hard to find. Beware of Ulrich. I wouldn't... If you raise a hand against him and strike him down, you'll be accused of murder. Even if Ulrich doesn't do things by the letter of the...
yes.
You must locate Aldous. He's a danger to himself and others.
Speechcraft, hell yeah. That's what I want to upgrade. I don't know... Not Oblivion or Sky. ESO has Medium, if I'm not mistaken, Morrowind. Yeah, I think Morrowind had it, and I believe I remember it from ESO. That might be why I was thinking about it that way. I really liked ESO. I may very well go ahead and go back and continue out the no fast travel into ESO. But I mean, that would probably require me to go ahead and do a whole payout for a subscription and then just play ESO every single day. The only thing is I have ESO on consoles, so I don't know if I'd want to go ahead and go back to doing it on PC. It's not bad on PC, but, you know, my computer just ain't handling it.
Who are you?
Yes. Here we go.
That stupid swit. Throw me out of my home, will he? I'll show him a thing or two about messing with an author, and all I did was fall down, sure. Maybe even vomited on the floor of the tavern. Charge me 6 times, Ulrich. Charge me, you fetcher. I'm not standing for this anymore. You come with me.
No.
Get out of my way and keep following. Get out
Sir,
of my way.
don't do it.
Following. I'll show you a thing.
Oh no. This isn't what I wanted, my guy.
Get out of my way.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Which of the 9 divines would you worship? Probably none of them, honestly. I feel like I'd be more apt to go ahead and side with the Daedra, to be honest. Yeah, the Daedra aren't great, but at least I know where my soul is going and what it's doing. They do provide tangible results, especially the fact that if you do something, they are more likely to do something for you or give something to you. So, I feel like the Daedra would honestly just be a better... would be a better bet. Yeah, great, 9 divines, but still. I still think the Daedra are better.
Get out of my way and keep following. This is my house. Get out of the way. Move, I say.
Sir, this property has been seized by his lordship, the Count of Cheydinhal. Leave immediately.
I said move. By my ancestors.
He's gonna split lip him.
With a split lip.
Sir, I must warn you that threatening a city guardsman is an offense punishable by a fine of no less than 50 gold. Pay, or be jailed.
You swit. How dare you? Ulrich be damned. He can take his fine and stuff it up his backside.
You've been warned. You're now under arrest.
No, no.
Come with me.
Don't do it.
I'll go nowhere with you, Thatcher. Nowhere.
Honestly, I would... I would probably go ahead and be with Azora if anything has been slain has led me to his old house. Should during the agreement, pull a knife, should tell the sad news. Yes, the sad news indeed. But probably Azora. I mean, I feel like I could definitely do a lot of good. And Azora definitely wants to keep the balance. Or, I mean, like, there are really... Let's go ahead and pause that for a second. I guess there are a couple things. Like, Azora would obviously be great. I think her sign, you know, you gotta really love the hunt in order to go with her sign, but not a bad prince if you had to go ahead and go with any of them. Let's see. Meridia could be a good one, especially if you want to go ahead and stop a lot of, like, the necromancers and skeletons and any of that stuff. If you want to go for the route of the paladin, I think Meridia would be alright. Sorry, I'm taking a look on here as well, just to see if there's any Daedric princes that I can't think of off the top of my head. Yeah, either her sign, Meridia, or Azora. Like, I think of those three, they would fit more within my wheelhouse than anybody else. You know, as much as I'd like to go ahead and... Everyone's like, Shigara! But they don't realize that, you know, you're just as apt to be turned into a wheel of cheese and eaten, you know, as you are to be given anything. So, that's not a good choice. Any of the considerably evil ones, you know, Maelog Ball, Dagon, or, even somebody like, Namira, I feel like would also be fairly troublesome. So I wouldn't want any of those. But her sign, Azora, and, if you're feeling horny, go with Sanguine. I mean, yeah, but that's not just... Sanguine isn't just about... It's about hedonism and indulgence. The problem with Sanguine is that Sanguine would expect you to be indulging on things all the time, and taking... It would mean being narcissistic, being unapologetic, stepping on a lot of people's toes. Probably being always drunk all the time, always out looking for your next pleasure. Sanguine has the same problem that Slaanesh has. Even though it is something that is all about self-indulgence, it doesn't change the fact that the levels of self-indulgence you would have to go into to appease your god at that point would be problematic for most people. And I think it's the same way for both, so...
What's wrong?
Oh, you know what's wrong. You know why I'm coming here.
Oh, no. They killed him? I can't believe this. Ever since his wife passed at the hands of the bandits, his life has been miserable. I'd grown to become fond of him. I wanted to take him into my house, but I was afraid. And now look what's become of him. There are no more options left. Ulrich must go tell Ulrich that I have some information that incriminates and lead him here.
Uh-oh.
I'll deal with him. I'll make the necessary arrangements. Ulrich will not buy his way out of this one. He'll pay. I promise you.
I see. Don't just fucking look at him. Come on. Jesus Christ.
Body's still warm. Looks like there's a killer about.
Shut the fuck up. Don't ever change guards. You know what you fucking did. The question is, was he doing that to knock on the other guard? Listen, I like to assume that even though I know for a fact that their Radiant AI is just garbage in general, I really like to kind of let it do its thing and have them do whatever they want. I feel like there's more than just the memes if you want to worship. Could be related to artistry. Yeah, I think Sheogorath, Sheogorath, however we're gonna pronounce it these days, it would be very hard to be a worshiper because he's gonna give you exactly what he wants. Or exactly what he thinks that you need. You know, and if you're boring and you're not fun enough, he's gonna make sure to change it. But you know, artistry, the ability to go ahead and confuse others, cause confusion in yourself. I think anybody who goes into politics would surprisingly have more in common with Sheogorath or Jyggalag. I guess either one would be. Jyggalag, I feel like, would be way too strict at the end of it. But I think Sheogorath, they would have a lot more in common with him than anything. Just because they would be required to say something else and think something completely different and do something completely different. And I think that's also why, of his realms, his is the one that has the most order, because everything has levels, and why there's so much bureaucracy is because I think politics unwittingly falls under his domain.
Good to see you.
We must put an end to this trap. Aldos will be mourned. I won't sit by and watch the innocent being driven to the brink like that. Something must be done, but without bloodshed. Lavanna has always been quick-tempered. You must reconsider her plan. It can only lead to prison for her and for you. I swear that Ulrich will pay for this. We must handle this carefully. Ulrich has been watching me, so I haven't been able to enact the plan I devised to bring him. The evidence we need to incriminate Ulrich must
lie within his quarters. Yes.
You must sneak in. If you're caught, there isn't anything. Aldous' death is indeed a tragedy. We'll do what we can.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to really do this without the Thieves Guild and stuff like that. Without a hell of a lot of chameleon. If you remember Pike, the Knight of the Thorn, he seems quite sane in the realm of madness. Found love. Yeah, I remember, because it's funny, because I was thinking about that when I passed the Knights of the Thorn here, when I passed their lodge. Yeah, it's not all about madness, and I think that's something that people take a look at, that just because the Lord is mad doesn't mean his domain is all of madness and everything. Yeah, his domain has mania and dementia, but I mean, mania would just be obsession. I mean, anyone who is obsessed with mastering their craft would also fall under the realm as well. Anybody who has an obsession with a particular thing would fall under the realm. Anybody who thinks that things have to be done in a particular manner all the time or something bad is going to happen. Any type of obsessive compulsive, that also falls under the realm. So there's a lot of things that I think fall under his domain that people don't take into consideration. With looking at Slaanesh and the way that Slaanesh's realm is run and the wheelhouse and portfolio that Slaanesh has, I think there's a lot of things you can deduce with the way that Shigarath runs his stuff as well. Because I think they kind of fall under the same categories. You know, you're obviously not going to murder fuck a god into existence the same way you had with Slaanesh, but I don't think it requires you to be crazy to fall under the wheelhouse of Sheogorath as a prince. I think it requires a specific type of obsession or a specific type of manner of thinking or acting.
Stand clear.
Shut up. Oh, she's out this way, or whoever's out that way.
Can't you see that I'm busy?
Oh, this guy. I remember him.
How goes it? I'm here to relieve you.
Another day, another septum. That's so fucking funny that he said that. We say a lot of that at work. Everybody's like, oh, another day, another dollar. Hear that all the fucking time there. I'm probably about to, like, get my shit pushed in.
Let's hear it. What? It's always rats for the new associates. Is it some initiation test or something?
It's always rats.
Be seen.
That's funny. That's a good joke there. I'm actually curious if I can lockpick this and not be, because it's not considered, like... It's not necessarily a bad thing. Do you know about the censorship of this game? A few things have changed about the outfits and the armor. Iron skirt's no longer have a skirt. Nope, didn't know that at all. I mean, didn't really think too much about it either. It's not like the censorship necessarily affects me.
How can I help you?
Hello? That are no longer Gorat's outfit that is no longer a dress for females? Huh. No, never even noticed that. I mean, I haven't really done a lot of that, so... I'm real bothered that this guy is in here.
How are you? What is it now?
Son of a bitch. I have to get him to turn around.
How are you?
And he's just gonna stay here, which is ridiculous.
Hi there. How do you do?
He's just munching on chips. Yeah, he just seems to be eating crisps all day, and I'm just trying to get him to not face me. Perfect. Who's even seeing me? Oh, there it is. Talks about sending a great deal of money and goods he purchased. Send another package of money and goods. This posting has proven to be lucrative. Easy to dupe. Yeah, we could have just done this the other way. I don't even know what the rewards are for finishing this off. So let me take a look, because we can get better stuff. I'm assuming neither of them is really that great. Parties, the choices, the consequences leads a more immediate but potentially more ambiguous, potentially longer. Both choices have consequences that impact the Fighters Guild. Huh. I really want to know what the exact consequences and stuff is, so give me a second. I'm just looking it up real quick. That you have not committed any crime by leading. Instead, reward you with 175 gold and end up in jail, searching for the evidence. Okay, so you just get gold either way. It doesn't really matter. It makes it sound like it's got lasting, rippling consequences, and it's gonna change the whole dynamic of the Fighters Guild. When it's not.
Yes?
Yes.
You're back. Good. You've done it. This letter will I must hasten to the Count and deliver this immediately. I must speak to the Count.
Hello? Need a...
Stop!
No, I wasn't trying to... No! I wasn't trying to do that! No! You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I was trying to help you out. What an asshole. Trying to move that fallen pot out of your way.
What's this about?
I trust you're back. Good. You've done it. I must speak to the Count.
No touchy? Yeah, apparently. I thought I could pick it up, but nope.
I am Andal Indaris, Count Cheydinhal. I ask myself, do I? Just look around. Is not Cheydinhal the model of civic rule? No, don't bow. I am just a humble servant of the people.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
It's curious. Skingrad's people scarcely ever set eyes on the Count. But I'm through talking to you.
Yeah, everybody hates me for some reason. I don't get it. I didn't even check the time to see. I'm just gonna wait. We're just gonna literally wait. It's only gonna be a few minutes. People get so impatient, and like 2 hours is nothing in here. I guess while I'm waiting, I may as well go use the restroom. I'll be right back, guys. I'm glad that I came back to the quest update. I mean, easy enough. She didn't take that long. Give me a chance to go and pick up a nice spoon of peanut butter. Oh.
So what's this about?
I can't believe the ridiculous new fines the guards are imposing. Ever since...
After speaking to the Count, and in light of the evidence you recovered, Ulrich has been removed from his post and arrested. Many guards are coming forward with more evidence of his
sucks
greed.
with the Jeremy
So
Soul
it's safe to
controversy
say
with the
he'll be
music.
spending quite a bit of time in the city dungeons.
At
I've been promoted to the post of captain of the
the
guard,
end of the day,
and hope to return respect.
the
to
music's
the
already
peacekeepers of
done.
this town.
The music's
The
already
Count and
there.
I thank you for helping bring Ulrich's hold
If the
on
person was a
Shadenhall to an
shitty
end,
person
and for doing so without
that made the
unnecessary
music and
bloodshed.
everything else,
As a token of our gratitude,
you can still
as you
appreciate
did
the
this
music.
at the risk of false
You don't have to
imprisonment
appreciate the
or
person.
perhaps your life, we reward you this bounty of gold.
I mean,
On behalf of
personally,
the
I
people
think
of
it's like,
Shadenhall, I thank you.
there's a lot of shitty things and terrible people doing a lot of bad stuff.
Ulrich will be
But, like,
until
Safe
we
travel.
meet again.
I'm hoping that people don't expect, like, the music is great and he has done a great job with it. But if people expect that same level of musicianship from whoever they bring in, if they're not somebody who has been a proven musician, I hope that they don't give them shit and then be like, this isn't as good as, and then you can't go ahead and criticize the person, condemn them for their thing, and then basically throw all their shit in garbage and be like, nah, it's terrible, and then criticize the next person who comes in to try and replicate it. So yeah, I know, and I'm just like, I get it, but if you're gonna criticize it and say it was garbage and you're gonna go ahead and throw it all away and the next one doesn't live up to your expectations, don't fucking criticize the person who comes in. So I'm hoping that the fans, which I hate to say it, I know that the way that they are, especially nowadays, I'm sure that the fans are going to be like, this isn't the same. Why isn't the music that good? Then they're going to be like, it was better before. Well, no fucking shit, it was better before. But I hope whoever comes in does a decent job. I'm not to criticize them either way. I've never been big on, like, the music in these games has never been something I sit there and tune into and think about. So for me, a lot of it is just real background noise. But overall, I hope it's still good. You have to excuse me, I'm just taking a moment to eat. I haven't eaten all day. I've been up since like 6. Alright. I'll finish this off as I go.
Goodbye.
May your travels be safe.
Yes. Good stuff. Let's save real quick before we go outside, because you guys have already seen the occasional crash is only a matter of time. Okay, we're gonna go out to Anvil to go knock out the Fighters Guild. Which is we're gonna do our best to avoid going to Kvatch. Imperial City, we could do it, but probably the same guy who does it for Fallout and Starfield. I did not like a lot of the music for those. So I don't have high hopes if that's the case. I didn't enjoy the music for either of those, for the new Fallouts, and I didn't enjoy the music for Starfield either, so can't say I have too much good good hopes for it. Leowin. Leowin's such a pain in the ass to get to, and I don't know if I really... Oh, if I really want to do it or not. Now, let's just... Let's just do it. Let's just go to... Also, I think I'm out of those little respite potions. I liked Fallout, didn't like Starfield. Yeah, I can't say I'm a big fan of the music for either of them, honestly. The Institute music was so good, in my opinion. I like the Institute, but, you know, I didn't think that the music was that great in it to begin with. I mean, it's a lot of big horns and stuff, but I get that the aim was immensity, but it didn't necessarily feel like the immensity was that great. I don't know, I'm probably just jaded by the fact that I've had many other things over the years. I've seen many great things over the years, and I just didn't feel like that was good enough. Let's see. Your coarse linens are not worth it. The fur boots. 1 for 4? Great price. Probably 1 to 1, honestly. Weight 5, 15. Could be okay. The arrows, we will 100% take their arrows. The steel bow, 1 for 10 for 30. That comes out to 1 for 3. I don't think it's that great. We'll go around the Imperial City. Also, let's go ahead and save real quick. We're going to save pretty much after every battle or significant amount run. If we save the caves and stuff till later and we just level and get our stuff off of bandits, we'll have a pretty good time later. May have a little bit more running back and forth, but that's okay with me. Avoid the city. Ooh. I heard a click click. Sounds like something was... Wolves. Go out to magic for restoration. Because we need to work on restoration anyway if we want to have fortify. Banditos. Oh, skeletons. Wonder how fast you go with 200 speed. It's fast, but definitely not as fast as some of the other games. I think the maximum we peaked at was like 150 or something. I think that was our like peak speed. I remember this place. We're gonna have to come back here, but... Yeah, I'm not gonna invest too much time into this place. Oh, I thought that was like a Daedra or something. No, it goes fast. Just wondering if it'll be like sprinting. I think it'll be pretty quick. I mean, I'm at what, 95 points of speed right now? Yeah, I'm at 93 points of speed right now. So I'm sure once we get to 100, we can start stacking some crazy stuff in. And I'm sure with,
Is there a problem?
Skooma, there'll probably be
Emperors have
even
been assassinated before, but
further and faster. I've seen so many
Farewell,
clips
citizen.
of people using Skooma for, like, pretty much everything. And they're just taking it like it's a regular fucking potion. And I think a lot of the people who are new to the series don't realize, hey, Skooma's a drug. Loading their character down with it. Or maybe some people just do and don't care. Iron Crace, finally! Because I don't have an Iron Crace. I currently do not have one on me, so. 925, not worth it. I'm currently wearing that glib thing, which is not great. It does speechcraft and stuff like that, but doesn't really help me when it comes to combat. I think we'll sell off a lot of our potions. I don't really see too much reason to have them, now that I'm thinking about it. 3 to 6, that's a 1 to 2. I don't honestly think it is worth it. That the Pope died and this game came out, like the Emperor dying and the Dragon's Fire going out. I think the real-world ramifications of everything is pretty interesting. I would like to see what comes out of it. I mean, it's not like it would be a too much of a change, but I am wondering how they're going to go ahead and how the next pope is going to handle it all. Did the guy run? I think whoever this, the other guy was here ran. Yeah, let's put on that ease burden thing. We'll just cast it out and then move along our way here. Fort Caractus. Finger Bowl Cave. This isn't the town that's gonna, like, assault me, is it? I don't think this is it. Hello?
We've all agreed to let Dirham be our spokesman. You'll find him in the inn, if you look very carefully.
I remember. This is one of the mage things where the guy's spell, like, it went out wrong. I remember this.
Talk to Dirham in the inn. I'm tired of this minstrel's freak show our town has turned into.
Please don't crash.
Excuse me.
Here we are.
We have a small problem that we hope you can help us with. You may be wondering why you can't see me. We are all wondering the same thing. Everyone in Ayleswell suddenly became invisible several weeks ago. It was sort of fun at first, but the novelty is definitely worn off now. You can imagine how difficult it is to run an inn while invisible. Once you get a reputation as a haunted inn, you can just forget about it.
You know what drives me wild about this whole thing?
Hoping the spell will wear off.
Everyone's like, oh, ghosts, but they should fucking know magic exists, and they should know invisibility is a thing.
We will be extremely grateful.
Like, this is something you should fucking already know. How could you not?
He's a wizard who took up residence in the ruins of Fort Caractacus a couple of years ago. He's caused us no end of trouble with his magical experiments, but nothing as bad as this. We've tried to find him, but had no luck. If he's still living in the fort, he's hiding from us, and no wonder. If you could find him and get him to remove this cursed invisibility, we will all be in your debt. We're pretty sure he's still hiding out in Fort Caractacus, although he never answers when we've tried to find him.
What I think is funny is that none of them have considered maybe he too is invisible.
The Mythic Dawn have been leaving notes in Talos Plaza. I hope no one believes their lies. It's just to the southeast of here. Follow the path down the hill, but watch out for the invisible monsters that infest the woods.
Yes, the invisible monsters, yes. This backfiring spell made everything difficult.
Hi
I
there.
forgot about that.
What's new? Oh, really? I'm invisible, you say?
Can I think
Thanks
about
for
that?
letting me know.
I mean,
talk to my brother Deer.
I don't know,
if
maybe you
want
just
to know all
don't
about
consider it. You just take it at
Good
face
evening.
value.
What's new with you? I ran across a couple of mud crabs not long ago. Annoying creatures. Ugly things. With their thick shells and
Alright, we're not gonna do this, even though I could do this. We don't really care. The mage is not gonna just suddenly up and give up the ghost. So we can just leave that be for a while. We're just kind of collecting stuff as we go. And we're gonna do things one by one here. I also kind of liked Morrowind's system, the way that the points would be divvied up based on how you use things. I mean, it is cool that I can go ahead and adjust stuff, you know, based on what I feel is required. But I also think it doesn't, like, play into the way that, Elder Scrolls does its leveling system in general. Every time they come up with a new Elder Scrolls, I feel like they come up with a new way to change the stuff that they're doing in every game, and I'm just like, guys, you have plenty of great systems. It doesn't require any more changes. We're not going into these if we can help it. I would rather save them for when we're ready to do them. Never played Morrowind. Fell in love with Elder Scrolls, ironically on the PlayStation, not on Xbox or PC. No, I mean, I didn't. My first thing was, my first encounter with Elder Scrolls was on the Xbox, but I really didn't play too much of it until I finally started doing this series. I didn't have the same love or, attachment that a lot of other people did to the series until, like, I started doing the whole no fast travel challenge. To me, it was a game that a lot of people played, and I just didn't understand the hype, but, you know, just wasn't my kind of game back then. Then, over the years, after having played many RPGs and everything else and getting a feel for it, it was just, I really came to appreciate the game. So we are going to go kind of along the coast. We want to stay away from Kvatch as far as we can, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out of Kvatch, and I just don't want to start pushing the Oblivion Crisis any more than I have to. Hold on, what is my quest currently? Ah, it's got me on the invisibility thing. It would have been interesting if they would have made it so you could have visited Kvatch first. Would you rather live in Clovia or Nibony? For no particular reason, Nibony, I guess. I don't really have a justification for it, but I feel like I would enjoy my life there. Personally, I think it would be really cool to be around, to live in Orsidium, I think would be interesting. A lot of cool things out that way. A lot of very dangerous stuff out that way, but I think being around the orcs would be pretty cool. Continue your penance to earn the gods' favor. I mean, listen, I'm not doing the 9, but sure. I can't do the 9 even if I wanted to right now. From Bruma all the way to Leyawiin. The Eastern Citadel. Bruma to Leyawiin. I know for a fact I wouldn't want to be, like, Leyawiin. I think it would be okay, but, like, the Black Marshes, as cool as I am, like, with the Argonians, if you're not an Argonian, the Black Marsh is just not a place for you. It's just not a good thing at all for anybody. I don't know if I'd ever want to, like, live in Morrowind. I think the weather would be fairly nice. I know it's a lot of, like, dust and sand and stuff like that. Or the red clay or whatever they want to call it. But I feel like I would enjoy how hot it is. I really like that hot weather. I would not want to be in Skyrim at all, or anywhere near it, or near the mountains. Yeah, not a fan of cold weather. Oh. I was wondering where you were at. Is that a bear? Is that a bear I hear? Oh, we don't want to go that way. We want to keep heading out this way, otherwise we're going to find ourselves near Kvatch. I really wonder what kind of city Kvatch was before, like, everything happened. Because you never get to see it in its original state. I'm almost wondering if there is a way to see it in its original intended state, or if it was always designed with the destruction in mind, so it's destroyed before you even get there. Brava would be my place. Far too up. I don't think I would enjoy it, honestly. Braville would be okay, but, you know. I really do think... The reason I don't want to be in Leyawiin is mainly because it's so close to Black Marsh. It has nothing that, like... It's not like I wouldn't enjoy it. I just feel like it's far too close to Black Marsh, and there's probably a lot of poisonous creatures out that way, and things that would sneak themselves in that I would just not enjoy dealing with. Oh, we didn't take it out? Son of a bitch. Okay. I thought I was going to. The hero's fate is known when the hero's fame grows. Oh, okay. Well, I lost my arrow, so... Nothing doing there. Alright, let's save, because with the amount of lag that I've seen so far, I can only assume it's gonna explode here momentarily. Also, talking about exploding momentarily, I need to take my dog outside. Let's get to this. Let's get to Anvil real quick. Anvil wouldn't be a bad place to live either. You know, I've spent a lot of my time on the oceans. What about Cheydinhal? Nah. Nah, I think Anvil might be more my thing because oceanic areas are really nice. I really like oceans. I kind of grew up on the shorelines and everything, and I wouldn't mind that. Probably thinks I'm going to Kvatch, so I'm trying my most desperate to avoid it. I wonder if I'm even going to be able to knock out an Oblivion Gate. Because of all the loading that's going to have to go into it. Man, that's going to suck, doing all of this and then finding out I can't even enter an Oblivion Gate. Yeah, I feel like Anvil would be the city for me. Off of the ocean, decent trade, You can make your living if you're good enough at anything, honestly. Alright, now we can go south. That's Kalovia, Anvil, Kavash, Skingrad, and Korln. Okay. Gotcha. I didn't realize that whole section was Kalovia. Yeah, my geography of... It's funny because having, like, run all of these places, you'd think I'd have a better handle on a lot of the geography, but I definitely don't. Because to me, it's less about, like, knowing where I'm going and just going to the places and experiencing it as I go. I don't really think too much about where we're heading. Just the journey we take to get there. Alright, let's go ahead and save here before we get inside. If we could sell stuff here, that would be great, too.
Welcome to the inn. If it's a room you're after, speak with Kristoff.
Nope, I'm not after a room.
No one wants to live in the Jurl Mountains. Well, maybe in Bruma. But they're like Nords. They don't feel the cold. Be seeing you.
Make it quick.
Jesus Christ, where are you being mean?
Basin grades from rolling farmlands, but leave me alone.
What do you want? An old priest in Kvatch is worried about strange disappearances. He sounded quite depressed. How can we win if even the priests lose their faith?
A wound in time. Huh.
Bye.
Is there somebody else here? Ah, there is. Kristoff.
Hello there.
Welcome to the Brina Cross
Jesus,
Inn.
why is she so
Can I-
mad?
Virtuous visitors to Way Shrines of Kinnereth.
Don't look at me like that, my guy.
Good day.
What's new with you?
I heard people saying they ran into goblins around here not long ago. I can't stand those things.
Goblins. Ugh. Evil, foul-smelling little brutes.
Good day.
Take care.
How do you do?
What's new with you?
Hello?
I heard people saying they ran into goblins around here.
Okay, you guys can continue talking about goblins, saying hello, goodbye, and then talking about goblins a bit. Haha, insert goblin these nuts joke. Alright. Oh, hello?
Wait, sorry, no time to talk. I have to deliver these copies of the Black Horse Courier.
Doomstones.
Here, have one.
Ugh. The freaking inventory system. One thing I can't stand about this. The inventory system is absolute ass. Goblin with the golden arm and red crater. Historical work set in the early days of Riemann emperors, centered around sorcerers, battle mages. Rise to power. Paths of the Doomstones. The Argonian authoress declined to reveal any details, characters, or themes. Quillweave clearly has quite ambitious plans, since she plans titles to correspond with each of Cyrodiil's 21 Doomstones. Monuments scattered throughout Citadel, each is known in legend by its own name. I've always carefully researched my subjects, and I find no evidence at all to support the popular notion that these runestones were once artifacts of great magical power. She noted that 13 of these stones are Suju, common birthstones by which people have always marked the aspects of heaven. As the Mage Stone and Serpent Stone were offers primitive sky worships of beast folks of the mythic era. I find it funny that she, as a humanoid, is saying the beast folks when everyone would describe them as a beast. Why she chose to abandon the popular tales of thieves, outlaws, murders, and lowlives that made her famous. She explained that she has long sought material of more mature and epic themes, that she's filled the series with lustful and colorful characters. But this time, my characters will uproot trees, devastate cities, and summon rains of boiling blood before slipping away to explore the private and intimate mysteries of the heart. Aw, wow. What a thing. Moving on. Oh, right. I gotta keep myself going because I don't have the weight for this. Here we are. Anvil. Let's save. And we'll save when we get to the gate. Oh, I'm ready to die. Oh my goodness, I almost died. Oh man, I didn't think I would just murder myself off of one heavy jump.
Who will help an old... I'm saving up enough for...
some medicine.
It's unbelievable. Right in the center of the city.
Huh.
Sure, go down to the chapel. Everybody's talking about the Prophet. After the attack on the chapel, people are inclined... He's a fairy. Of course, it's all...
Have a coin.
Thank you. Blessings of Akatosh upon you.
Alright, Fighters Guild here. Alright, my dog has been waiting patiently for me to go ahead and take her out. So, you guys stand on by. I'm gonna go take my dog out. Depending on where she wants to go. Maybe a few minutes, maybe a little longer. So, you guys stand on by. I'll be back shortly. I'll leave you with the lovely music. Alright, I am back. Going outside and everything just reminded me how much I would like to go out and do stuff today.
I'm Azan, head of the Anvil. Our Fighters Guild chapter here is big, primarily because we're a training center, which earns us each a good living.
The prophet speaks true. You should listen to him preach. He may sound crazy at
Something about Arvina Thelis is a bit odd. I've heard she keeps strange
things in her basement.
Morning.
I'll get the Hello?
Vigdis, Fighters Guild.
Looks like a turtle.
Are you
Some
kidding?
people do
I
look
came here to
different
get
than other
away
people.
From the mountains and snow. You ever spent a winter in Skyrim? Or Bruma? Give me the Gold Coast any day. Don't know if this is true, but I heard a gang of all-female thieves is preying on the married menfolk of the town.
That's so funny.
An all-female gang of thieves has been recently plaguing Anvil with a very unique method of robbing. They pick on only the men. If you want to help us do something about it, go talk to Gogan and Malona. Let's just say Gogan is intimately involved and leave it at that. Good day.
Yes?
Oh, yes?
Goodbye.
May as well check any chests or things that I can take while I'm here to sell. Parchment, you're coming with me, Parchment. I really dislike how the porter fucking follows me everywhere. He has to have his sights on me. I super
What is
dislike
it?
that. Jesus, you guys see that tree? Anvil's Mages Guild. I might do the Mages Guild while we're here. Door to abandoned house.
Hello.
Hello, I thought this was an abandoned house.
Yes? He's a most mysterious fellow. In many ways, I admire him. Most of the time, he
Yes.
doesn't feel sorry.
Stranger. I know who you are, but...
Farewell.
I find it funny, like, a stranger. He is the rat's keeper that rents the house. He is somebody. I know who he is. We have to... It's 7 in the morning, so we're okay. I just need to find a... Need to find a place to sell stuff. Quill Weave is the author of a lot of stuff. I guess the Count's Arms. I think the Count's Arms is an inn.
Hello. Didier Ormeli, a ship's clerk. At present, I'm spending my time and gold on the pleasures of the Gold Coast. Many of Anvil's folk are directly or indirectly associated with ships and sailing. Sailors, ship owners, men made rich and poor by the sea trade, and the lonely
How was
wives
your
of
last few
men
days?
who follow the sea.
It's been busy. Had a lot going on that I'm
Take
just
care.
taking care of.
You wouldn't happen to be in the market for a home, would you?
Ah,
If you
here
are,
we go.
I just happen to be selling a manor located right here in Anvil.
Yep, I know this guy.
Yes, I'm selling my grandfather's house, Benaris Manor. If you're interested, I have to sell it soon as I have pressing matters elsewhere. Once you buy, you get the key to the front door and the deed of ownership.
5,000.
Well, I'll be here every day from noon until midnight.
Yeah, I could get it. I just don't have the money
I'm
for it
Wilbur,
right now.
owner and proprietor of the camp. Buildings here look different. Why? This is the Gold Coast style. Like in Hammerfell. Eastern towns look gray and dull to me. A local gentleman has been looking to sell his manor. A bit run down, but a magnificent place, and priced to move. The manor belongs to Velwyn Benarouz. He's the one to speak to.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'll be right back. hey guys, sorry about that. I'm gonna have to go ahead and go. As much as I had intended to do this, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go, guys. So, you guys have a fantastic day.
Hello.
I will go ahead and see you all again here soon. Sorry for having to go ahead and cut it short. You guys have a great day. Stay cool, stay safe, and stay golden.